I'm Alex Pault, and I'd like to welcome you to another episode of Talking Timepieces, where we talk about watch collecting and horology. Today, we're going to take a close-up look at the new Tissot PRX chronograph, a really nice watch that is challenging the watch industry along with its three-hander brother, cousin, sibling. But the Tissot PRX family is really providing some great value out there and challenging the industry by showing people that you can have good-looking, functional, and attractive watches at a reasonable price point. This PRX Chrono is less than $2,000 at retail, and it punches way above its weight. So let's turn the camera around and take a close look at this watch. As you see, the PRX Chrono comes in a quite nice box. I mean, if you compare it to the box that the automatic comes in, right? The Chrono has a nicer package, but they're both nice watches. It's a very nice progression, though. You get the, basic model here, and you get the premium model here. But the PRX has become a real challenge to the industry because these watches are so cost effective. They are such a great deal, a great bargain for what you get, both the regular three-hander and the Chrono, right? And the nice thing about these watches is that they do have replaceable straps. A lot of companies who I've seen fielding watches with replaceable straps, you can't get the straps. But I was able to pick up this strap in Manhattan at the Tissot boutique to go with my watch. I have the bracelet now and the leather strap, which gives you a lot of versatility with a watch like that. But enough with the automatic. Let's focus on the Chrono. Now, the nice thing, like I said, you can see that they recognize that it's a premium product, that they put it in a nice package. So you get a lot of traction out of the presentation. But then Tissot's known for nice boxes. I mean, even the other box was a nice one, that red one. So let's zoom in a little and take a little bit of a close-up look. This watch really strikes the notes well, very well. What I like about it the most is the bezel is not overpowering. A lot of these watches that try to have a Genta-esque integrated bracelet angular case look also go for the beefy bezel, and I must admit I like the fact that this doesn't have a big beefy bezel. It's not trying to be an AP lookalike. I mean, like, for example, let's give you a little bit of a comparison here. This is a Marie Lacroix icon, and if you notice, it has this really aggressive bezel. Similar angular case, more of an AP style metal bracelet. But in this case, I deliberately got the GMT because then the bezel's got numbers on it, makes it a little bit less of just a big shiny bezel and more of a functional bezel. Although I do have some nigglings about it, which I will bring up in my review of this watch. But all in all, for example, comparing the style and the type of watch, I do believe that the PRX is a little bit more subdued and more casual sport than something like an Icon or a Chopard Eagle or some of the Piaget Polo. There are a lot of watches out there that just have these big massive bezels, and I don't think you need that kind of a thing. If you want to present a nice interesting case design integrated bracelet, you don't necessarily have to make it a big clunky bezel as well. Now, This does have it's a variation on the Value 7753. In fact, it's the A05H31 variation. And the thing about this, the movement in this watch is it's used by a lot of companies. The base 7753, which isn't the H31 version, the base is used by Hamilton, Longines, Bowen Mercier, Tissot, Certina, Sin, Tudor, and Vempa. And the variation, the H31 variation, is used by Tissot and Mito. Full, wristwatch check. I'm wearing my Mito Ocean Star Chrono. This is the same movement in it with the same pusher at 10 o'clock, recessed pusher for the date adjustment. You see, so the 7753 is a variation on the Value 7750 with added date functionality, which was easier to control with an external pusher than trying to change the stem controls and add the additional gearing to be able to do a quick date set. So this is an elegant solution to having a date in a good chrono package. So let's take let me pop off. The nice thing about having these quick release, I can just pop the bracelet off on one side so you can take a look at this movement. Let's zoom in on that. All right. And then you can get a good look at the 7753 in this watch. See, it has an engraved rotor. And let's see, is it a sapphire rear? It should be the sapphire in front, of course, but a lot of companies will skimp and so this doesn't look like it has a rear sapphire, but see, that's how they're saving some money. Let's go to the front real quick since I have the device out. So it is a front sapphire, rear mineral crystal, but the back of your watch isn't going to get a lot of beating because it's attached to your arm. I think you can get away with that aspect. So Tissot, that's one of the ways that they're saving money on this model, is it's sapphire in the front, mineral in the back. But the movement itself, as you see, is actually well decorated for a movement at this price point. There is perlage, the rotor is customized. The movement itself is not, completely customized for this watch, but it is the advanced variation that the higher end members of the Swatch group use. But as a movement goes in the back of a reasonably inexpensive, I would call it a premium watch, to quote Adrian over at Bark and Jack. I wouldn't call something like this entry-level luxury. I would call this a premium watch. Now, it really is a nice piece and has a lot of things going for it as far as functionality and utility. I mean, I can't wait for the straps to become available for this, because it was actually very easy to pop these off, as you saw, and all it takes is a little bit of care and it's back on. You see, so it really is a nice, cost-effective, good-looking chronograph, sports chronograph watch with an integrated bracelet that's actually quite supple. Okay, it is pin and sleeve, but we're talking about a watch that retails for less than $2,000. So we really can't complain too loudly about that. Square pushers, big clunky square pushers are nice. It just carries across a very, like I said, Agenta-esque feel without trying to look like an AP homage. Really, really beautiful piece. And of course, it's just standard stopwatch functionality. Stop, start, reset. It is a 7753, so it is a cam-operated movement. Longines does have cam. Yes, Longines has cam in their higher-end chronos that are based on the 7750, but I believe that Tissot decided to go for the price point, give you the cam-operated 7750, but then you're getting a highly regarded Swiss automatic chrono movement in a watch that has a really nice reverse panda presentation at a price point of less than $2,000. So this really is a great value. And other watch pundits have actually gone out and done the research. This is arguably the best value today in watches. And ironically, the three-hander is one of the best values in a three-hander. So Tissot has really, really done something with this watch and has really made something that both benefits the user, challenges the industry, and helps improve the overall watch market, because this will bring more people back into watches because it is attractive, it is functional, and it is cost effective. So, it does say that it's a 42, but it's actually quite chunky for a 42, because you've got the pushers and you've got the surrounds and all. But if I just go from straight point to point here, it's about a 42. You know, I'm not going to go and say that this is a precision instrument. I just wanted to have a look, because yeah, sometimes you have these chunkier pieces and they do wear a little bit larger because of the other portions. Because this is a 42, but because the bezel isn't so aggressively shaped and the bracelet is integrated, it actually wears, I wouldn't say much smaller. It wears more like a 41 than a 42, or like a clunky 40. But it really, because the bezel's not overbearing, because it doesn't have that many things sticking out of it, it actually wears reasonably small. But I have big hands and wrists, but as you see, it comes across quite nicely. It sits reasonably well. I'll talk about the leather bracelet in a separate video. I think that the leather strap, it might be better once it's broken in, but it's a little on the stiff side and holds itself strangely. But I'll show you that when I do the separate video. But all in all, the PRX is a beautiful piece. And I think that when the leather becomes available for this one, I'm going to do that too. And then, of course, I'll do an episode and tell you about that part. So let's turn the camera around and close out the episode. So that was the PRX Chrono. A great watch value, a great watch, something that you should really think about adding to your collection. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. It really helps the channel, or at least leave a like. Thanks.